today we are, in our interview, we were talking to, oh my goodness, the name slipped me, Anna Russo. And Anna has been a delight to work with. Anna works for Hodder Education. Most of your children's school books, if you look at it, it has Hodder written on it. That's who she works for. And she's doing a really great job. She and Neil Morley. Neil is always in contact with us, telling us what's going on at Hodder, what books are being updated, and so forth. So I just want to say hats off to both Neil and Anna, and thank you to both of them for all of their help. And you'll get to know more about Hodder as you watch this interview, and I hope that it's beneficial to you. So without any further ado, Chit Chat with Anna Russo. Tell us about you and Hodder and what you do at Hodder.
Absolutely. So my name's Anna. I'm the Caribbean Sales Executive at Hodder Education. I've been there for 5 years and I look after all things Caribbean there. So Hodder Education, we're quite new to the Caribbean. We acquired the Pearson Caribbean list about 2 years ago in January 2015, and that helped us grow our presence in the Caribbean to make us one of the market leaders in the region. So we now have over 500 print resources for Caribbean curricula, both at primary and secondary level, and they cover pretty much all subject areas. So we've got a nice spread of textbooks for students.
Oh, that's great, that's great. And I see you have some of the textbooks here today.
Yeah, absolutely. So St. Lucian teachers will be very familiar with Caribbean primary maths, so this is one of our stalwarts. This edition has been around for quite some time, and actually we're doing lots of work at the moment to update the edition and update the textbooks and the workbooks. So we're actually going to be bringing out new editions next year.
Okay.
They'll have new covers, new content, so we're very excited about that.
Yeah, one of the things I love about this particular book is that many of the work that's given in here is very hands-on, is very practical.
Absolutely.
So as far as the children learning, it's not a case whereby it's just them reading out something from a book, but it's a case whereby it's a very practical approach. And I also noticed that this book comes with a CD attached to it.
Yeah.
And as a parent, I know sometimes it's very difficult at the end of my work day to sit down there with a book with my child to go through his schoolwork.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the CD is there, so it keeps it very interactive.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's one of the things I really applaud Hodder for, the interactivity of their books.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's actually a theme that we're looking to continue in the new edition. So when you see the new editions, you'll see that the covers actually depict real life scenes. So students on the beach with their teachers, or students in classroom with their teacher, and then the teachers will actually be able to look at the back cover and get notes on how to use that front cover in the classroom. So say, count the students that are on the front cover, or calculate what 50% off means, that kind of thing. So again, it puts maths into real life and makes it more practical rather than something a little bit, something that's difficult to understand. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, great. So what are the titles you have here for us?
So I wanted to show you a selection of kind of all the other subjects that we cover, both at primary and at secondary level. So obviously Caribbean Primary Maths is for primary, but then at secondary we have a very good IT resource. It's a whole series called Interact with IT that's at lower secondary level. This has been very popular around the region.
All right.
At the same level, so lower secondary, we've got Active Science, which is another one of our stalwarts. This again also comes with a CD-ROM, so nice kind of interactive exercises for students to really engage with the science subject.
I see you have some books there that I grew up with.
Really?
Yes.
Did you know these?
Yes, I knew these. I knew these.
Yeah.
These are very familiar to me.
Yeah, and I'm guessing stuff like the New Junior English Revised and First Aid in English, those have been around for quite some time.
Yes, but what I love about these, I'm not too sure how the helicopter is being picked up, but what I love about these is that it is always updated to reflect, the modern world that we live in. Because, our world is continually changing. I mean, look at all of the gadgets we have now.
Absolutely.
And so these books, they don't just stick to, what I knew back in the day. Because I think back in the day, mine spoke about going by the river and so on. right now, as much as this is part of our history, it's not really part of our now.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that Hodder keeps on updating these to show our lives as it is right now.
Yeah.
And if you could just show it.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is our Caribbean Primary Social Studies series. So like you say, we do take into account everything that's been changing in the Caribbean region to make sure that this series is up to date. And something else that we like to do as well is work with lots of Caribbean authors. So we're not using UK authors. We make sure that our authors are local to the region and that they know the market, they know what they're talking about, so that the kids, the students in the class can identify with the content.
That's very important. And what I love about this series, I don't know if you show the names.
Oh yeah.
But they progress. I think we're missing one in this edition.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
possible.
This is which one is it?
That's 2, 3,
our
4.
Local community.
A local community,
right.
yeah.
And so it starts from the local level, then moves on to the country level, then it moves on to the Caribbean, and then it moves on to the world.
Exactly.
And so I love the way that it progresses in the way that it teaches our children about their society, not just on the large scale, but even as in a very small scale as far as the local setting.
Absolutely, yeah, no, definitely. But we want them to be proud of their country and where they've grown up, so it's important to give them that information and the tools to do so.
Oh, that's great. All right. So, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I don't think so. Well, we look forward to working with you in future and continuing our professional relationship. And yeah, all the best for the future.
All right, thank you. And it's always nice to have you here. And we're hoping that many of these titles will continue to be in our schools and that we will be able to use them in the most beneficial way to educate our children. So thank you once again.
Thanks, Vernon.
All right. Okay, so folks, there you have it. Anna Russo, Hodder Education, and she's about to go on a flight.
I am, yeah.
All right. So we'll say goodbye for now. All right.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. And welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed the interview with Anna Russo. One thing of importance that she did note is that the mathematics books, the Caribbean mathematics books, will be changing. And I should have posted the pictures in the video. As you can see, they look very, very, very beautiful, very nice new covers and so on. And the content, as she said, they're making it even more interactive, which is great for the kids. Kids love interactivity, and many of them learn better that way. So as I said, I hope you enjoyed the interview, and we'll see you next time for our next interview.